welcome back to my channel again. Today we're building a house for a challenge, the challenge that I started last week, that is the movie house challenge. And I'm doing something that is very cute, and I really liked how it looked like at the end of in the shootings you will see. But I'm creating the Up house, the movie Up. I hope you all have seen this movie because it's the most beautiful movie from Pixar, Disney Pixar. Oh, it's such a beautiful movie. If you haven't seen it, take this quarantine for just reconsidering your life and watching it because it's such a beautiful and emotional movie about goal lives and about the meaning of life itself, and it's treating one of the main topics that I really like, that is like traveling. And I love traveling. Honestly, I wish when I was a child I traveled more, but now that I'm starting being a little bit more adult and I can like properly pay for my expenses and things like that, I'm starting to travel to other places of the world that I have never been. Yes, and this movie treats about the life goals of two elderly people that they always wish to visit like this land, super far away from their house, but because of the lifestyle that they got and the things that they have to pay, finally this dream become just like a promise, and it never became true, and it's very sad, and I always cry when I see the first 10 minutes of the movie. But anyways, so yes, here you're seeing that I'm trying to create a structure. As you can see, the roofing, it's more like cartoonish because I wanted to create it like more like this cute style that it had, and I struggled a little bit in finding the colors of the walls because it's mostly made of wood, but it has different kinds of wood, and in the bottom part it has like a green wood, but there was nothing similar in the Sims, so we need green wood panels for the house exteriors because I finally used this one from Iceland Living, I think it is, and it got good. So yes, and guys, don't worry, I'm not gonna make any spoiler of the of the movie because if any of you haven't seen it, but it's a beautiful movie, and I just hope you guys can see the style of this house. It's a good reference to the movie itself, and if you haven't seen it, probably you will get lost with some of the details that I put in this house, but I will reference them without spoilers, so don't worry. So yes, here I'm creating like the windows and things like that. I was trying to use the university windows, but I think finally I used the base game because they were fitting better for this house, and they look more cartoonish because I think in the beginning the Sims, the way that they created like the decorations, like the objects and the windows and the doors was more like raw, more like a cartoon. So the first objects from the Sims always look more cartoonish to me. And I'm creating this chimney that is mythical for this house because from this chimney the balloons will rise to put the house up, like the title of the movie says. And so yes, like in the movie itself, this house is located between two huge buildings. And the other day I saw an article or a news or whatever, I saw something on internet that says that this house literally existed, that there was a woman that had the house between two super tall buildings, that they were going to construct like a mall or something like that, and they were paying her thousands and thousands of euros, but this woman didn't want to sell it because it was her house and where all her memories was, and not any money could buy this house. And I mean, if you take so much attention to creating this beautiful house for yourself and your family, I'm sure I will not sell it even though they are constructing a mall. I mean, it has too much memories for yourselves. You see, here I'm trying to find these exactly green color, but I finally just put these more light green, but I feel it's a little bit more pastel for a color. I wanted it a little bit more bright. And yes, of course in the movie you cannot see exactly how the house looks like, so I gave my imagination like free space to create like how I imagine this house. And I'm using also these columns and these walls for they look like from a Barbie house even, because they are pink, but actually this door, exactly this door that I'm placing right now, is exactly the same from the one in the movie, and you can check it because I was so surprised when I found this door. I was like, it's incredible that I found such a similar door. And I just put it there because it looks so good. And I'm putting some greenery, even more than what I usually would put in a house, because I wanted it to be very full of life and what a Disney movie will put on it. Well, Disney, Pixar, whatever. You will see that the interior of the house is a little bit tricky because honestly, it's not a very big house in the interior. I could have made it bigger, but I wanted it to feel more like cozy and old, and you will see that it's a different style from the style that you guys are used to in my channel, because I think I only uploaded videos from modern bohemian house and more like modern styles, you know. You can check them on my channel if you want. And in this house we're creating it more like a rustic style, more like a grandparents house. And yes, in this moment I was so emotional because I found this painting, and that it for me it represents the place that they want to go. And in the movie they have the same one, a very similar painting, and that it's the I don't know how is it called in English actually, because when I watch this movie I watch it in Spanish, but it's like the Paradise Waterfalls, the literal translation. Maybe in English it's different, but yes, it's this beautiful place in the, I imagine in South America, where you can just, their dream is to put their house there, to live there, but because they are old and everything. Oh, and you will see I'm trying to struggle a little bit to place a lot of things inside of the same room, because I really wanted it to be very full, but at the end you will see I will keep it simple. And they have a fireplace, and on the fireplace they have these like these books and these things that just, it makes sense for them, because for me these pair of people, they are people that they really enjoy reading and discovering, and they are mentally very active. And this ball here that I placed in my mind was the coins that they are collecting for planning to go there, to the falls, the Paradise Falls, whatever they are called, the waterfalls, where they want to put it. And also I don't know why this object in The Sims, the cooking books, it reminds me so much to the cooking books of Ratatouille. I don't know, guys, if you have any suggestions of other movies that I should recreate, the spaces where it was, like, for example, a restaurant from a movie, or I don't know, whatever, something that is very special, you know, that everyone knows what you're referring to, because I need to also know for myself. And yes, I also put a lot of pictures in the house. You will see that it's a little bit full of things. For my style it's too much, honestly, but like old pictures, maybe they got these pictures when they were younger with their friends, and maybe paintings that they have painted. And it's a very colorful house, but at the same time it's a little bit dark, and I think it's because I used this wood that it's more like dark rustic parquet, and I don't know. And in the entrance, honestly, this entrance, it's not appearing in the movie or anything, but I don't know, my grandparents in their house, they have like this corridor with a mirror, and the place where you can put a lot of clutter and things like that. And I feel like this is a very grandparents thing. I don't know, it's an old thing. Okay, the kitchen it's very small. It's a super tiny kitchen, and I used like it's from the middle century furniture, so it's kind of a cute kitchen. And I really love how this fridge looks in this kitchen. Honestly, I think it's very useful, this kitchen, because I use it not only in modern builds but also in more like classic buildings and things like that. And you will see that here I had like a glitch or something. It was detecting like I had no roofing, so the light was disappearing every time I was placing the stair. So the stairs, finally I put them in a very weird spot, and you will see that upstairs it's a very complicated place to create like a room and another room, because this house is actually it has a master bedroom, and it also has a kids room that, of course, you will see the kids room when we arrive there. We're gonna explain a little bit about the kids room. And yes, I'm trying to fix this glitch that I was having, and the roofing was getting destroyed, and I was so annoyed about it. Finally, I fixed it. I'm sure I fixed it because I spent a lot of time, but I don't know how I did it. So I don't know, guys, what is your favorite movie from Pixar or from Disney? Or have you seen Up? What is your favorite character? Because for me, honestly, in Up, I love Ellie. Ellie is the wife of Carl Fredricksen, that is the guy who lives here in this house, and like the main character of this movie. And I love her because it reminds so much to myself. Like, she's a very enthusiastic person, very adventurous. She has a lot of confidence that things are going to go right every time, and she's a very lovely person. And I'm not trying to say that I'm all these things, but she's like that, and I wish I was also like her so much, because she's such a beautiful character, and I think Pixar made such a good job in creating her. And you can see in this house they also put like some like ethnical and tribal decorations, because I feel like this family are so into traveling and so into discovering the world, that they are so passionate about also buying this kind of furniture, that it crashes so much with their style of home, because honestly it's a grandparents' home, super like classical. But I don't know, I'm also putting like the baggages for them to they are ready for going already. And yes, I put this small TV here because I feel like it made sense for me that they had only a super small TV for while they are eating, to watch the news or something like that, because this is something very normal here in Spain to have the TV on the dining place, because people doesn't have two rooms. It has a dining space, and then it has like it only has the dining and sofa space. I don't know if you understand me, but they don't have like two different rooms for that. I don't know, because mostly people in Spain doesn't live in houses like I can imagine in America or in Great Britain or whatever. They are most tend to live in houses. In here in Spain it's not happening that much if you don't live in a village. Oh yes, and this is also a little object that I put it here. If you have seen the first 10 minutes of the movie, you will see that Ellie and Carl Fredricksen, they love to go to picnic to the mountain, and I put like the plates of picnic, an object that I never use, and now I found the perfect use to do it, and I just put it there. And so yes, I think the bathroom is very cute. I didn't talk about it, but all pink, super classical. I don't know. So yes, here I'm struggling to construct like the upstairs, because I wanted to fit, as I told you, two different rooms. And in my imagination, I was planning to put the kids' room in this little square that it's going to be useless, because I could not connect it because there was this glitch. But I found a small space for putting it also there. And so yes, there's a bassinet and there's this little space there, and I recommend you to watch the movie to see why there's a bassinet and why there's this little cupboard there, because it's a little bit dramatic story. I'm not gonna say anything, and I put this balloon, so it's just a little bit reference, and if you want to know why is it, watch the movie. I'm not gonna say anything, I'm not gonna ruin it for you. So, and then I'm constructing the master bedroom, which is very, very small, but I feel that for them it's enough, you know. They have everything they want, they have each other, they have their full life, they are enough happy with what they have with each other. And I also wanted to feel like it was a little bit already wasted. This house has been there for a long time, and they reconstructed and they made it beautiful again, but still it looks like a super old house. And I put these very colorful curtains because I think Ellie is the kind of person that she would like to do this. Also, yes, this I really wanted to put this board of Boy Scouts, because in the movie they are Boy Scouts, and you will see in the ending shots that when we were recording the screenshots, it was appearing a Boy Scout. So I think that's it. The build is ending. I'm so happy that you are here watching this video. Thank you very much. If you like this video and you want to recommend something else, just leave me a comment, and I'm really happy if you like it. And if you want to leave me like any suggestions, I will be so happy to hear them. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.